Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with SOMA, blind, and now I'm here to get that brain scan, but it seems they are in the middle of like renovation or something. Biometrics.
This is the place, right? It must be.
Well, let's call him.
Let's just call Machi real quick. Great. Got his phone turned off. That's okay. I can figure this out. Dr. Munchie? Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, there's a keypad, so presumably I have to find the right combination. Can I can turn on the water cooler. That's cool. No pun intended. Okay, that's so weirdly disturbing, but I guess that's mostly because pop culture has conditioned us to consider clowns creepy. Because they so often are, purposefully made creepy by fiction.
Can't give up yet.
Okay, painting, blah blah blah. So, is it like a Canadian Independence Day, or is it some kind of a government office? Because it has a flag hanging from it. Now, I'm not sure. It's presumably the same in every country, right? It for sure is in the States, and as well as in Poland, where ordinary people hang out flags on National Independence Day, or like important national holidays in general. But what flag is that? I can't say I recognize that, which I feel kind of bad about it because if it turns out it's a flag of something obvious, then I'm going to come off as pretty ignorant. But oh well. Oh, there are some people walking outside. Some papers, but too blurry to actually read. However, there is a computer here. From David Munchie. Subject, scan now. Paul, where are you? We've got a few hours. I got hold of Simon Jarrett. Let's do this. I saw your laptop in the reception. Are you already here? Call me ASAP. Get your stuff ready. From David Munchie. Hi Paul, I talked to Pace about using the lab this week. I managed to book the scanner for tomorrow morning and again on Friday. It's not a lot, but they said we could use the empty reception area as a kind of office. It would allow us to use their computers to run models, and also if a time slot opens up, we can get in there and use the scanner rig right away. I thought we could run some tests tomorrow. We could do a scan of each other to learn the equipment. It's supposed to be pretty easy. On Friday, I'm hoping Dr. Erin Peake will send somebody over. She has a patient that was recently in a car crash. Should be interesting. We are locked out. 2. David Munchie. I found some extra time in the lab today. Unfortunately, nobody told us about the code change, so I called security, talked to Professor Wei to have him vouch for our project, and finally got hold of some honcho over at Pace's legal department that could re-grant us permission to use the lab. I am not allowed to repeat the code in mails or texts, but I will have a note or something in case we forget. Now, this has so many red flags that it's kind of insane to me, because not only is the guy that ordered the appointment not here, there is no receptionist of any kind. The whole place seems to be in the middle of either being renovated pretty heavily or being set up, like literally created. And then I find this email which says we only have a few hours. I got hold of Simon Jarrett. Like, who writes something like that about actual legal business? Like, if those are legitimate doctors, legitimate physicians, why would they say, I got hold of Simon Jarrett? It's like they are trying to trick me into doing something I should not be doing. And in fact, if I was the protagonist, I would most likely just leave, or even try calling Dr. Munchie again and actually confront him about this very message, and also presumably maybe like take a couple of screenshots of it and actually call the police or something, because it seems to me, from the way, for example, this is set up as well, that they are pretending to have an actual legitimate laboratory here, whereas in fact it's a haphazard, spur of the moment experiment of some sorts, and it's definitely not something I, as a player, would consider signing up for if I was the protagonist of this game. But I guess I have no choice, because if I refused, the game would not happen, right? Okay, I'm looking for some notes to find. Okay, neurographics, something. Moment definition, tweak for right length, blah blah blah. Improved reverse projector technique, and something about a method, and then 2501 with an exclamation mark. So it's probably the code, right? 2501. Let's type it in before I forget. Okay. Okay, there's a SCI News, trial and error. Put your scalpel away. The brain can heal itself. The brain has amazing transformative quality, a plasticity that allows it to compensate and even heal itself, explains Paul Berg, a graduate student in the neuroscience at York University in Toronto. It is this quality that Berg and his colleague David Munchie, a student of computer science... Okay, stop. Like, what year is this? It's current, so it's literally from a month ago. So this claims that David Munchie is not a doctor of anything, and certainly not of medicine. He's actually a student of computer science. So again, like, how dumb can you be? At this point, I would definitely be calling the police, because I'm pretty sure that pretending to be a doctor is majorly illegal. Anyway, David Munchie, a student of computer science, are hoping to encourage. It's about getting the brain to do the right thing, and we hope to accomplish this with simple things like exercise, therapy, and light medication. But Munchie and Berg are not looking for a miraculous panacea. It's about finding the optimal treatment for each patient. They start out recording something called a Nakajima neurograph. It's like a picture that indicates direction, says Munchie. Instead of a static brain scan, the neurograph can tell us where the brain is going. A damaged brain scanned to produce computer model. Numerous tests conducted on the model without risk. Perfected treatment is then applied on patient. Okay. It is not a long forecast, it's about milliseconds, but with the right computer model, Berg and Munchie can administer all kinds of treatments without risking the actual harm to the real brain. We could try giving your brain an overdose of painkillers while running a marathon, suggests Berg. It's just a computer model. We are able to fail treating you 1,000,000 times over, only to find the right way. And when they do find the optimal treatment, that's when they apply it to the real patient. It's still in the early stages, but their project has caught the attention from Pace Laboratories, who has promised to assist them with both equipment and workspace. We are very fortunate to get all this support, says Berg. Now we just need to get out of the limelight and actually do the work. Munchie and Berg at ICCN 2014. Now again, let me check. The current date is about it's May 2015, and this article is from April 2015. So it's literally a month ago. Like, come on. Like, how stupid can you be to still go through with it? To be honest, whatever happens to the protagonist, he kind of deserves it. Like, if he has his body hijacked by like a computer or something, then he kind of deserves it, because there were so many red flags here that it's not even funny, and he still goes on with it. Like, I don't have a choice, because, as I said, the game would not happen. The game would not happen if I didn't go through with it, but still, James G. It's mightily stupid, in my opinion. Report all accidents immediately. Okay. U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I'm not sure what this is about. Sally R. and Steve. Okay. They have the same books that I have. 7 Political Systems and the Roman State. To grasp it fully. Okay. Those are presumably discs or something. Okay, this is unconnected. The nervous system. Anything interesting in the trash? No. Some scanning data. Oh, and a bunch of brain scans, I guess, but also some kind of a wave diagram. And something about bones and muscle. Okay. I cannot zoom in on anything here. There's a syringe. Toronto Daily. But I cannot read what the article is about. More discs. And what is it? Lenses. What does it say? Haimatsu technology? Or something like that. Okay, I don't think there's anything actually worthwhile in this room. I can't do anything with this. Although, Interestingly, the clock is not working. It's stuck. Okay. Let's continue, although, as I said a number of times already, I happen to think it's a ridiculously dumb idea. Average test results, transformation rate, development phases, hardware, acquisition principles, overview, joint ventures, partners, future development, conversions. Okay. Well, and that is presumably Dr. Munchie.
Oh, hi. Didn't hear you come in. Simon Jarrett, right?
Dr. Munchie?
Well, it's just Mr. Munchie, but I'm working on it. Actually, you're helping me right now.
Is this part of your thesis work?
Yeah, it's a study I'm doing with my colleague Paul Berg. We hope to design a gentle way to work with brain reconstruction to help people like you. Oh, did you take the tracer fluid?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Great. Well, we can start whenever you're ready.
Well, okay, I guess he did come clean about not being a doctor, but it's still a red flag for him to ever imply that, first of all. And second, why is the protagonist not questioning, how suspicious all of the setup is? Like, why didn't he mention the email that I read? Why didn't he mention the fact that Munchie did not respond to my calls and that the door was actually blocked? And also, like, it strikes me as a horribly bad idea, and I never would have done that.
Just have a seat and we'll be out of here in no time.
If I was the protagonist of this game. And it's a little bit annoying for me that he doesn't even address it.
Please, have a seat.
Okay, I don't think I can interact with anything else. However, maybe I can ask additional questions.
So, what exactly are we doing?
We're going to do a scan of your brain. Then we build a computer model of it and bombard it with stimuli. The program will help us to quickly iterate your treatment plan until it's fully optimized. In short, develop the perfect treatment for your condition.
So it's not just a study, this will actually help me.
Well, I should hope so. Otherwise, this would be a huge waste of time.
You know I have a serious condition, right? You heard about the car crash, the X months to live deal?
Yes, I heard. Must be hard having to hear that. As you know, it's because your brain is weakened so much that it can start to bleed every so often.
And if it ever gets real bad, it will kill me.
Well, we probably can't restore your brain completely, but we should be able to make those X months turn into years, decades even. And if you take care of yourself and don't do anything too crazy, we should be able to get you to outlive the best of us.
Well, to be honest, trusting this guy seems like a pretty crazy thing to me at this point, but what do I know? Anything else?
I really hope you're right about this.
Me too. This could make a huge difference for how we treat people with brain damage. So, what do you say? Should we get going?
Sure. Let's get started.
Take a seat.
Okay, I think I exhausted all of the dialogue options.
Whenever you're ready, have a seat. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's just do it then, because I have no choice anyway. So, no.
All right, let me just get this out of the way. You are Simon Jarrett, correct?
Right.
Toronto, Canada, David Munchie. Born 1988, July 16.
Right.
Flat neurograph, version 6. Good. All files in order.
Well, this hurt.
It's just a scan. It'll hurt about as much as getting your picture taken.
Indians thought cameras would steal their souls.
Is that so? Well, let's hope they're wrong. Ready? Say cheese.
Did they? Did they really? Like, I'm going to actually look it up because it's kind of interesting.
Mr. Munchie? Did something go wrong?
Well, I told you it's a...
This isn't funny.
I told you it was a bad idea.
I'm not supposed to put myself in...
Okay, it's pretty dark here.
This is kind of stressing me out. Where is this place? How did I get here?
Okay, I guess I activated some kind of an emergency power switch. Attention, stand clear. Door opens and closes automatically. But I guess this one is currently locked. Well, let's read this. Service console. OmniTool chip installer. Build, shape and optimize your OmniTool with the fully automized and customized tools and assistants. Okay. Pathos-II service console. Insert OmniTool to access. Okay, I don't currently have an OmniTool, but presumably once I find one, it would be good to remember that this console is here. Whoa, what was that? Press right mouse button to throw an object. Okay, but first give me a moment. Okay, a bunch of Chinese, presumably, which unfortunately I can't read. Caution, keep this space clear at all times. Blood and debris. Automated unlock terminal from service console. Okay, so I do need the OmniTool for that, I guess. What's this? Quality replacements for something. A box. And again, something I can't exactly read. More Chinese, which I can't read either. Replacements. But replacements for what? Well, even more Chinese, which again, I can't read. Diving suits of some sort, but I can't pick up any of them. Okay, let's try throwing this extinguisher at the glass. Okay. Electric hazard. Always wear protective gloves and boots while operating machinery. Caution, no storage permitted. Okay. Do not enter. Electric hazard. Tech depot. Pneumatic seal. Emergency number. And right now the door opens normally. So I guess this teaches me about the seals and how I can remove them to open doors. So that's definitely good to know. Thermal plant, break room, observation tunnel, observation tower, security and tech depot. Okay, this is locked. First aid in the case of injury. Make sure you're safe. Apply first aid where needed. Call dispatch and report the injury. Wait for the first responder to arrive. Burns. Neutralize hazard. cool the burn, protect the burnt area, wait for the first responder. Fractures, treat bleeding, don't try to realign the bone. Bleeding, elevate area, apply pressure, dress the wound. CPR, make sure the person is lying on a flat surface, compress the chest 30 times quickly, 100 compressions a minute, cover the nose and blow into the mouth 2 times, repeat until the first responder arrives. Okay, another fire extinguisher, and more Chinese. Humidifier. This is a bathroom. Well, nothing to be found here, it seems. Although, is this soap? Presumably. More Chinese lettering on it, but again, can't read it. Presumably it just says soap. Or some... whoa. Okay, there's some kind of... It's either oil or something more, disturbing. Munch print. Rice. Curry mix. Miso, which I have no idea what that is supposed to mean. Spinach. Rice. Curry mix. Dried beef. So, noodles. So those are like nutrient cubes, which makes me think of a space station or something, or some other confined space where getting actual food is not easy. So they rely on those easily stored substitutes. Okay. More Chinese. Home is a state of mind. Okay. And trash can with some trash in it. I was half expecting something interesting, but no such luck, I guess. What's this? Attention, stationary intercom system for communication across pathos-II substations only. For checks, for contacts. I can't read the other one. Intercommunication system, Cartage Industries, offline. Okay, let's click on it and see what happens.
It's working better than expected. They're having a really hard time getting the doors open.
Call Permaseal as many as you can, rather not take any chances.
Roger. Did you cut off the factory floor?
All done? Should keep most of them out. I'm on my way to lock out the comm center.
Just make sure to leave a way out of here.
Trust me, I'll get you the data safe and sound. We just need to make sure we leave enough power running so we don't have to return.
I hear that. See you back at camp.
How did I do that?
And what exactly did you do? Because it seemed like it was some kind of a flashback, or some kind of a vision. Like there was this weird effect of like zooming and distorting the screen, almost as if I was hearing, almost as if it was implying that I was hearing the voice in my head, as opposed to coming out of this intercom. Which I guess it can't be, because it's offline, and I guess this might specifically say it for me to question it, And what I mean by that is it's deliberately showing as offline, and I'm supposed to be wondering what exactly happened. So presumably there's some kind of problems going on, because they've been locking doors and sealing them to slow some kind of a pursuit, maybe, or some kind of a contamination. Machine hunger. Okay. Well, let's open this. I had like a screen distortion. Some robots or something. And again, this black. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this was a really cheap jump scare, but it still kind of got me because it was very loud. Is it going to do it again? I'm not sure what's causing the disturbances with the screen. Is it the proximity of this robot or the proximity of the black goo? I guess it must be the robot itself, because it didn't appear back there, and the black goo was there. A95 worker. Diagnostics, optics, bumper. Okay. A lot of parts and stuff. Shirt with the logo of the base, presumably. I saw it on the computers, I think. More Chinese writing. Danger, restricted area. No storage permitted. This area must be clear at all times. Oh, I can touch it if I want, although I'm not sure if I should, but pathos-II, epsilon. Okay. I'm not sure if I should, but I will, just to see what happens.
Hey, you. Can you talk? Can you talk like the others? Why are you like this? You want some structure, Joe? Yeah, you do. So weird. Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna shut you down now, okay? Yeah, you're creepy as hell, so I'm gonna shut you down.
Again. Oh, okay. Presumably something bad has just happened. But again, I'm not quite sure what the game is implying here. Like, am I hearing voices in my head or something? Because it's almost like I recounted a vision of somebody else encountering this robot, right? And it malfunctioning. Okay, so this just repeats. Oh, damn it. Presumably it just repeats the same scene. Let's just quickly check, just to be sure.
Hey, you. Can you talk? Can you talk like the others?
Yeah, so it does repeat the same scene. Oh, and there are more of them up there. Okay. Sys control unit. pathos-II, fixed protocol UI. But this is offline. Okay, this has opened. But I also heard something, so presumably I should be on my guard. because there might be actual hostiles. This is still blocked, and I still do not have an Omni tool, so I cannot access this console over here. Okay. More Chinese. Keep this space clear. Okay. There are those weird, like, machine tendrils around, and they seem to be blocking this hatch from closing. But I don't think I can interact with any of the panels here. Storage, robot dock. Okay. This is closed. And more of those robots. And keep hands clear. Suspected structural faults must be reported immediately to your supervisor engineer and Lambda Station Logistics. Do not operate machinery without safeguards. Haimatsu. Okay. Okay, moving while crouching is less noisy and reduces just the chance of being noticed. Good to know. So presumably that's the part where I should start caring about this. Okay, it sounded like somebody was getting murdered. Somebody was getting murdered on the other side of those doors, so I will avoid getting through them for now. Instead, I will check this part over here. Although, can I even open it? I'm kind of tempted to try, at the very least, because there is a seal, right? So it seems like a supremely bad idea, but I will do it nonetheless. Okay, more of the black goo. So it's confirmed at this point that it's not the goo itself that's causing the malfunctioning of the screen, you know, of my vision, because nothing is happening right now. Okay. Omni tool. So can I get one here? Oh yes. Haimatsu Omni tool 2.5. Use tab to see your inventory. I have an Omni tool right now, so I will go back to the console to activate it in a moment. Cargo item. Cartage Industries. Cannot open this. Let's read the leaflet. OmniTool Smart Access Computer. The OmniTool is an advanced interface for accessing, managing and controlling computerized systems. The onboard intelligence includes an open set of behaviors and protocols to ensure to enable the user to automate routine actions through basic logical charts. Over time, the OmniTool will automatically adapt its programs to cover subconscious behavior To optimize work and minimize user error, the Omni tool has a short-range signal useful for basic or automated actions such as opening doors while performing complex operations. The Omni tool should be physically connected to a workstation or a terminal. To upgrade your device, simply slide operators into the main or the auxiliary slot. The main slot has a standard C connector which allows the user to fit most market Cortex chips into the Omni tool. Note that introducing an additional AI will override the onboard intelligence. The auxiliary slot is a multi-connector fitting to a large range of tool chips models, including but not limited to a bunch of them. Onboard AI, Helper Jane. Okay. Omni tool computer, Haimatsu, Japan. So I guess maybe all of the writing is Japanese and not Chinese. Unfortunately, I cannot, I do not even know enough about those languages to differentiate the writing. Okay. Okay, so this is a decapitated corpse, and I guess decapitated corpse of a person wearing that diving suit or space suit, because I guess at this point, well, it's probably not a space station, because judging from the amount of hull integrity problems, it would have probably fallen apart at this point. Although I guess an underwater station is still kind of difficult in that regard, but they have some kind of a suit which is either a diving suit or like an astronaut's suit. And I guess this is the person that was getting killed. The open question still remains of what exactly that person was getting killed by. But I think I'm done in this room, so let me go back to before I proceed to over there, which I believe is where I actually need to go to continue. I would actually like to backtrack a little to connect my Omni tool to the thingamajig workstation computer. Right here. No. It was not here, but I'm checking if something has maybe changed. Nope. Okay, this only activates once I unlock the terminal. But I feel like this episode was long enough, so I'm going to actually do this next time. For now, I'm going to pause it here. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.